will this be approved if he was to fire some of them? Should there be a cabinet reshuffle? And also at the executive, at the level of presidency?
Trevor, I've been really very keen listening to my colleagues here and our good friends in your council. And I would say that everyone is entitled to their opinion. It's fine. But let me start by talking about the cabinet meeting that is supposed to take place. And as a business student or a student of business, like any organization, a CEO always looked at his managers and looks at how the institution is performing, areas that they need to improve. Have they achieved the vision and the goals of the particular institution? During our 2022 campaigns, we campaigned on a narrative, we campaigned on a manifesto. And a manifesto that the executive and the president needs to achieve through his executive, that is the ministers. And what he's doing what a good manager will do. Calling his team, calling his managers to be able to look at areas of levels of achievement. Have we achieved this? Why have we not achieved it? What is wrong with that? What is happening from a political point is that everything wants to be changed to suit the narrative of the opponents. And what the president is doing is what a good leader would do. Ruto is a manager. Ruto is a politician. He is a leader. He is sober. And he's so confident to come out and critique at the time that he requires. He talks and says it as it is. So what he's doing is very correct. Would I agree with the reshuffle or dismissal? Yes, I would agree as a leader, because if one is not performing, then why should you be aboard? There's nothing wrong with that. And remember, it's been, 1 year and months, and as a manager or as a CEO, you don't go firing your team. You go and try to improve where, areas that need improvement. That is what a leader does. But you don't just wake up and keep on firing people and bringing new people. You sharpen them. You make them to be better. And at this point, that is where we are looking at the promises that we promised Kenya, starting with the affordable housing, the agricultural sector, which talked about the lowering of the cost of the fertilizer. The Hustler Fund issue was one of our promises. Promises. It needs to check, where are we? What are the checks and balances? Look at the issue of also universal health care through the Ministry of Health, digitalization of the government services. It needs to look. Ministry of ICT, where are we with these plans? Ministry of Education, where are we with the disbursements of the capitation, the JCC programs, and also teachers' employment? That is something that we've really improved. And I hear colleagues say that what have we really been able to do? We've done. And they are mentioning some of these things happen, including what we are fighting for constitutionally as far as the affordable housing is concerned. Yeah. So what the president is doing what is required of a president. And you see, this is very unique because previously this was not really happening. Ministers will just go to their offices and all that, but the president is keen. He's able to sit down. He's a 5 a.m. A leader who will be able to be in office and even leave late. The other issue, I hear that the government offices, people are not receptive and all that. You see, Trevor, we have come out from the bulldozing of leaders. I am a leader. I have a member of parliament. So this should be done like this. No, there are procedures. There are processes that need to be followed, that need to be adhered to. So we are off that era where someone just wants to wake up and just call shots. There are processes. We are legislators. Let us follow also the legislation that is our role, that we are paid to do. We make the laws, and also we should follow the same laws. We should not be whereby if your issue is not addressed, then you want to come to the media and do press as unnecessary or continue ranting. The other thing is that I've had the opposition talk about the issue of giving this government 3 months. Trevor, we are used to that tune, that song. They better change the chorus then. The issue of sending threats of we are going, it's going to be, a mess, we are going to do this. We do not need to be told what we're going to do. If you are ready to do, even tomorrow, try. and go do what you think you can do, because we are in January, for Christ's sake. Parents are worrying, I mean, how do I take my kid back to school on the issue of CDF? And let me say, last week, 10 billion has been dispersed as far as CDF issue is concerned. Averagely, with the 290 constituencies, between 10 million and amount, depending on the share of each constituency, there should be something to be able to supplement. Remember, bursary issue is a supplement issue. It's not a full payment for the school. It's something that subsidizes what the parent has, you know. So whatever has been dispersed, and also 33 billion for capitation, that has been done. So that should be able to sort the issue of the bursary. Yeah. On the issue, Trevor, of us as Kenya Kwanza, as more precise as UDA. Yeah. My good friend, my brother, the senator of Murang'a, you know, we've started this 2024 with the jitters of, you know, a prospective candidate. Let me start by saying that UDA is intact. And what, actually, to be more specific, Murang'a County is coming up with and talking about other candidates, it is not the narrative of UDA. That is the narrative of very few individuals who have just decided over this Christmas to just bring other different. Kenyans are not interested in that at this particular. And the leadership of Rigathi Gachagua and Dr. William is intact, and they are focused. I believe Honorable Ndindi Nyoro has his role. He's actually a chairman, the chairman of budget, which is a very big role, which he should be able to concentrate on. It's just barely, we have almost other years ahead of us, so many other years ahead of us to start trying to, you know, give opportunity to people's personal interest of trying to communicate and say that we don't need this leader. When they were elected as a pair. You know, they were elected as a team. They are focusing. They are working together.
Is it personal interest, or is it what the ground is saying, like Senator Nyoro to say?
Yes, they are ground personally, because this is not happening in other regions. It is not the narrative of Nairobi County, where I represent. It's not the narrative of the Ukambani, where I also come from. This discussion is not there. It's only in one county that we are seeing, which is narrowing to Murang'a County, because it's also not in Nakuru County and other counties where Mount Kenya also represents. So it's a few Mount Kenya people. It's a few just UDA people who are coming up with some funny narrative, which actually we don't want to be engaged in so much discussion of that, because that is not what we are focusing. What we are focusing on is on the promises that we promised Kenyans. Yeah. So that is his opinion, which I said in the beginning. Yeah. They're entitled to their opinion. There's no problem with that. But UDA is intact. The presidency is intact. The leadership of Rigathi Gachagua is fine. It's okay. We are proceeding well. There are no issues, and we are not entertaining any other discussion. If anybody is interested to become a deputy president, for that matter, let them get their candidate from the presidential candidate. Let them wait for 2027, as I've had senior counsels clearly state that he'll be a deputy candidate come 2027. There's no problem with that. You wait. But as we are concerned, as Kenya Kwanza, as UDA, Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Let him be respected for his position that he also earned, because he went to the ground. So where were you at that particular time that you did not feel that you were suited to be able, and up to now you start coming on this table? President has busy schedules to handle, sit with the cabinet and look at where we are as far as the manifesto that we promised Kenya. Not on the discussion of who's going to. That is self-centered, that is wrong, that is not leader, and that is not what we want to keep on discussing.
Joe, is this a selfish narrative?